Hey guys, Bodyfight Glasgow here. Sam speaking. Um, we have got probably my most anticipated thing to deck profile right now. As you can probably tell from the sleeves, it is Danger World. It is the new Ace build. It's not really based around Ace. It's using the Ace support cards to support one specific card, which I'm going to go over very quickly and probably the most needed card that Danger World has ever received. So we're going to start with our weapons. I think this is the first time I've ever started a video with a weapon, but I think it's needed. So we play 4 of Infinite Armament Dangerous Cradle. So guys, this is a 5000 power 1 critical weapon. You're going to think to yourself, why is this good? Well, so it has an act of pay 1 gauge. If you do, put a weapon from your hand or drop zone into this card's soul. You may only use this ability once per turn. You're thinking, why do you want to put a weapon into this guy's soul? He gains critical, so this card gets critical equal to the sum of the critical of weapons in this card's soul. So you have, say you have one weapon, say this is your weapon, and you have all 3 of these guys in your soul somehow. That's going to be a 4 critical weapon. And also, if you have 3 or more cards in your soul, this card's going to penetrate. Pretty solid. So needed for the deck. Unbelievable. When I seen this, I just went mental in my head. Like, I sat through all my exams. I finished them the Thursday before sneak peek, so the 4th of June, and this is all I could think about. This one card. This whole deck was just getting built in my head while my exams were going on, which probably isn't the best way to go. But anyway, so we'll move on from the stupidly, ridiculously broken weapon that is just unbelievable. So we play another 4. Well, we play another 6 weapons. To be fair, I was putting them out. So we play Swirling Darkness and Explosive Axe, Ricto Demon Slay. They're both 3 critical, so mainly they used as to go in this guy's soul. If in all honesty, I will gauge all of these if I don't have a weapon. It's just for this that I use it. And the utter necessity of needing a weapon in this deck now has just bumped the deck's count up and up and up. So I now played 10 weapons, which is 20% of the deck. So you're almost logically speaking, you're almost guaranteed to open with a weapon in this deck. Does it happen? No, because cards are stupid. But yeah, so that's all the weapons. Now we're going to move on to size 2s. So we've got 4 Armor Knight Cerberus Ace, which you guys know from my last profile. It's a pay 1 gauge. Act, you may put this into your card's soul, soul of a weapon if you have 5 or less life. This weapon gains 2 critical. So the combo normally starts off with, well, you hope that you're going to have this guy. You're then going to pay this gauge. Then you're going to get this guy into soul with Armor Knight Carry, which you all know from EBO2, Danger vs Dragon. Generically speaking, he's probably not the best buddy to have because he's pay 1 gauge, and you normally want to put him into soul, but I just can't help myself. It's just one of my favourite cards in the deck. I'm behind this now. So we play 4 Ace, well, Armor Knight Cerberus Ace. Then we play 4 of the new silly broken card, which is Armor Knight Archangel. This card cannot be called to center. You think that's not needed because you have 8 weapons, well 10 weapons that you want to attack with, so you don't want anything in center anyway. But he is a 2/4. He has a call cost of you may put as many Armor Knights as you like from your drop zone into this card's soul, which means it's optional. It says up to, so you can choose 0 and just play him for free. He gains 3000 power for each card in this card's soul. He has double attack and soul guard. So why he is so unbelievably good is he is a no drop double attack. He's a no drop double attack, which is just stupid. He is 2 critical as well, which is unbelievable. He is the rival to Armor Knight Cerberus. We move on to size 1s now. So we play 4 Armor Knight Carry, which is the card that I was talking about. When it's placed, you may put a card with A in its name from your hand into a soul of a weapon. Hence where you can get 6 critical weapon on your first turn. It's needed at 4, it's unbelievably good. Next we move on to one of the many nullifies in the deck, which people always complained about. They don't have enough nullifies, but here we go. Here's one of them. So if it's in the soul, you can discard this from a soul of a weapon and you can nullify any attack. It's terrible stats. I would have loved it if it had just 1 more critical, but what are you going to do? You're not going to play it, hopefully. Choose for soul. So we now play 2 of the Armor Knight Ogre Ace. So this is one of the new cards from the extra booster, and he has an effect of when you're in the weapon, and when he's in the weapon, he gains 5000 power. So this is a 10,000 power weapon that potentially gets penetrate and has endless crit. That's almost unstoppable in most senses. So he's a pay 1 gauge for a call cost of 5000 power, 3 critical, 1 defense. I'm not complaining. I think he's unbelievably good. The reason I don't play him more is because he's quite gauge heavy, and as you've seen, most of these cards don't really cost gauge. We play 1 Armor Knight Eagle A, which, when it's in the soul of a weapon, the weapon cannot be destroyed nor returned to hand. He's used as the 1-of. He's solid. I would sideboard a lot more. Well, I'd sideboard maybe 2 as sort of that option for cards that destroy a lot more. Like for example, Magic World, Dungeon have an option to do it, and it's just needed in the deck. Next, I play 2 Armor Knight Little Drake. So he is a size 0, 2000 power, 1 critical, and 1000 defense. When this card enters your field, you may discard a card and pick a card from your drop zone into the soul of a card on your feet into the soul of a weapon. Into the soul of anything, sorry. So again, it's building up this weapon, this soul, so this just becomes huge. And that is the aim of the deck. It's build up this weapon. It's just unbelievable. So that's all the monsters, guys. I'll move on to the spells fairly quickly because they're all pretty standard. This is Shredding Battle Wall. So this is the new Nullify, right? So if you have a weapon equipped, which I hope I normally should have a weapon with 10 weapons in the deck, you nullify an attack and gain a life. Why would you not play 4 of it? It's unbelievable. It's what the deck needed. Then we play Battle or a Circle, sorry. And it is the Nullify if you don't have a monster in the center. Simple. Why always play 4. So play 3 Demon Slay Slash. So this has when your opponent's monster is attacking, you can pay 1 gauge, counter, destroy 1 monster on your opponent's field with power less than or equal to power of the weapon on your field. So you're normally sitting about 5k, right? But see if you put Armor Knight Ogre A into the soul, you now have a 10k weapon. So this hits almost anything in the game. It's never really became useful yet, but it's the theory behind it that I like, and it will get played in the deck because it's so needed. The fact that Danger World don't have much defense really hurts them. So next is the draw 2 for Danger, which is survival chance. So this is pay 1 gauge. You mainly cast it if you're at 5 or less life, pretty much like all the other ace cards. So this was from the original trial deck, so they must have had all this ace stuff planned from the very beginning to stick with the 5 or less life sort of theme. So I'll play 3 solely because 4 is far too much, and I would see it a lot if it was at 4, but I don't see it enough at 2, so I just it's one of probably the first things I would maybe cut down to 2 if I needed space for something else, or I was side decking, something along those lines. And then last is Double Guillotine. This is sort of your win more card. So you mainly cast this card if you're being attacked by a weapon. You may pay 1 gauge, counter destroy the opponent's weapon, and if you have an item equipped, play rock, paper, scissors with your opponent, and if you win, deal damage equal to the critical of a weapon on your field. So, as you've seen, I have a 6 critical weapon. So that's 6 damage you're going to take if you attack me with a weapon. So, it's pretty solid. So that's the spells, and lastly we move on to the impacts. So we play 3 of these, which is Demon Arms, Door Amord, Gate. So you mainly cast this if you have an item equipped, and you cast cost is put the top 5 cards of your deck into the drop zone. So you think that's just wasting your deck, but it sets up items for this guy to pay a gauge and then put 1 into soul. So its effect is put a card from your drop zone into the soul of a weapon, a card on your field, sorry. So it means you can put either a weapon, a nullify, a gargoyle ace, an ace, a Cerberus ace into soul, anything, and if you need to, you can put it into the Archangel. It's surprisingly needed in the deck, and yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Not really much I can talk about, apart from how stupidly good the weapon is. So, hope you guys enjoyed this, probably my favourite deck in the game right now. See you later, guys. Buddy Fight Glasgow, signing out.